Hello, I've just got in and this has arrived. So we're going to unbox this and then I'm going to talk to you about all of the things that I love about being deaf. I'm not sponsored by Deaf Identity, I am just obsessed with their stuff because I apparently wear my identity on my sleeve, on my hat. I bought this in their Halloween special, so there's special Halloween tape, but I don't think many of the things I actually bought were Halloweeny, just because I had my eye on something else. Let's just get into the box. Ow, I cut my finger. Let's take this off. Ta-da-da-da! My lap is not big enough for all of this box to show you with, so I'm going to go over here. There we go. A beautiful colour of tissue paper which I'm totally going to reuse and recycle for Christmas this year. Look at it. Look at it. Beautiful. Let's get started. Let's see what's in this little envelope. Ooh. Another envelope. A receipt. This is a business card. Oh, it is a business card. That's so cute. I like that. How to care for. Good, because I lost the other card that I had that came with this one. I'll put my hair up in a minute because I bought a beanie hat. I've been asked a lot today whether I like cats, which has actually been followed up with stories about people's cats, which I'm really here for. But does this mean I'm going to get asked if I'm deaf a lot? Because actually that's going to be really helpful. So let's try this on. Yeet. Oh, it's so cute and pretty and lightweight. It's not like, because the Autocrew hat that everybody hates, that I actually went and fished out of the decluttering bag because I like it, is really like stiff and rigid, so when I put it on my head it sort of goes up a bit, but this feels softer, so I'm going to see what this does when I put it on. Oh heck yeah. This is just nice. Like, it's big and soft and I need to learn how to wear hats better, but this is nice. I like this. So I've got this hat. I'm just going to put my hair up real quick so you can see what's going to be on the rest of the things that I bought. And the thing that I'm wearing now, which is also by Deaf Identity, if you missed that unboxing video, that is the other part of this video and I'm going to put a link to that up there. And that's the things that I dislike about being deaf. So excuse me one sec. So back on with the haul. Next, I'm going to do the little things. You might have seen I've got a jumper in here, but I don't want these to fall. Oh god, this bag is compostable. I'm going to find someone with a compost bin just to compost it, because plastic bags are like never recyclable and they're unnecessary in a lot of things. So this being compostable is really cool. Ooh. So you have a little like business card that says, "Please be patient, I'm deaf," which I like. A Deaf Identity Halloween sticker, which I'm not really sure where I'm going to put it, but I'm one of those people that like doesn't want to waste a sticker, so I'm going to think long and hard about where to stick this. And because I'm obsessed with badges, a little badge that says I'm deaf. I mean, I already have another badge that says I'm deaf, but it's a bit bigger, and the actual I'm deaf is with other words, so it's less obvious, but this is very much I'm deaf. Can you see it? I hope so. If not, I'll take a picture and I'll put it on screen now. Quick audio description for those who need it. This is a sand coloured beanie hat with Deaf Identity written in grey embroidery with a white badge on top of it that says I'm deaf in black capital letters. Right, so this final thing is a special little gift to myself and the channel. I wanted to order this when I hit 500 subscribers, but when that happened I was exceedingly poor. So I got myself a hoodie with Ouch Mouse written in British Sign Language finger spelling, just to commemorate a small milestone on the channel, and also I just like it. I think it's cute, and it's much cuter than just the 3 letters of Max. And my sign name is Mouse, So it's fitting. So I'm going to try this on real quick. Oh, quick side note, it also says deaf identity on the back. There we go. I cannot remember what size I ordered, once again. I think I ordered a small, which translates to a UK 10, but I'm not actually sure. But it fits really comfortably. It looks nice. That is my name. So that brings me nicely onto what I love about being deaf. So one thing I love about being deaf is this wonderful community spirit that we all have, and a pride in our identity. That means things like this exist, so we can boost our own self-confidence and just wear who we are as fun slogans, but also it's sort of an access thing, so like we can have a funny thing that says, hello, yes, I'm deaf, but then people will know to interact with us slightly differently. And honestly, I just love jumpers, I love slogans, I love badges. I love anything that sort of highlights an access need, and like these are just fun, and the other jumper that I wear is sassy. So I love that we have our own fashion brand that's just for us. And I just love our whole community. So if I have a question about deafness or accessibility or like how to improve communicating with other people, I can just go onto Deaf Twitter. I've got a couple of group chats of deaf people. There are deaf YouTubers. You can like ask any deaf person, hey, how do you deal with this? And there will be an answer. It's not like, who are you? We're all just so, like, we're just a big community. I'm not going to say one big happy family because there's discourse, obviously, but generally, if you're a deaf person, you can ask another deaf person how to deal with deafness, and people are okay with that. There's the Deaf Pagan Network, which is American-based, but I have questions about deafness and ritual, and they've been more than helpful, and it translates across different sign languages. As long as you are communicating in the same sort of written language, you can apply that to your own sign languages too. And I love the language! So I've talked about learning sign language. It's slow going, but I love it. I love the fact that I can just communicate with a simple gesture. I can say thank you without actually having to open my mouth. And it's a beautiful, expressive language. So a facial expression can tell you so many things. Like, how do I describe feeling in words? You can't. But that gesture in sign language I found has been enough to be like, yeah, I feel like crap. Which is really helpful because when you're feeling like crap, you don't want to have to look for the word. And on the language note, searching for the sign that I need to make a sentence work, or I'm currently learning to sign songs, I will not perform them for you because it's a thing, but it's helping with my fluency and my vocabulary. But searching for the signs that I need has turned me into kind of a walking thesaurus. So my spoken and written English has got better because I'm more familiar with contexts of words and just different words and what they can mean outside of what I already use, or just learning new words, or I'm looking for a specific sign and there isn't a word for that, so I'm having to think of how else I can describe that feeling, and it's just helping my language better anyway, if that makes sense. Another thing I love about being deaf is I sort of have a volume control on my life. So no, I can't mute the crying baby, but I could take my hearing aids out and just take the edge off. I'm not really around babies enough for that to be a real thing in my life, but everybody seems to use crying babies as an example of why it's good to be deaf. If there is an annoying noise, I could just take my hearing aids out, and with my level of hearing loss, that doesn't turn the sound off. But it will take the edge off, and it makes it a lot easier for me to focus on what I want to be doing rather than being distracted by the noise. Hello, lighting change. Can you see me better? I hope so. Another thing I love about being deaf is my hearing aids that I'm not wearing right now. That's a whole other thing, but that is coming up in a video. But they're an extra canvas for self-expression, so I can dress them up to match an outfit. You've seen the dragon one that I did on Instagram, which if you haven't followed already, You can find the link to that down in the description below, as always, along with all of my other social media links. But I like to dress up my hearing aids because it's just fun. I can now match it to my makeup, my drag makeup, my outfit. If I want to Disney bound, I can do that. And it's just so much fun. And when you decorate them, people comment on them and then you can say, oh hey, it's a hearing aid. Or people will ask, oh, is that a hearing aid? And it gets the conversation going, which I just think is very helpful and useful. Deafness has also given me the ability to communicate alternatively, so I can now talk across a crowded restaurant. I can see Cameron at the bar and fingerspell to them what I want. I now have the know-how and the apps to use on my phone that if I can't hear how loud I need to be for a person to hear me, I can take away all of that anxiety by using the Make It Big app. Also, not sponsored. There are just so many more options now than back when I thought I could hear properly. Deafness has kind of improved my own social skills because I can now read body language a lot better. I can read lips better. But the way that somebody says certain words, if you pay a lot more attention to somebody's mouth, you can sort of notice when they're trying to hold back tears. I can sort of see that something might need to be diffused here. So I just have an understanding of social situations better, even if I'm not understanding what they're saying. I'm understanding what they're feeling. And I'm generally just less bothered by annoying noises. So, okay, I can't hear smoke detectors in my house apparently, unless they're right in my room. But apparently it's annoying because our toaster is an arsehole. So I don't have to deal with that. The last thing on my list of things I love about being deaf is I generally sleep through noise. Once I'm asleep, the noise won't wake me up unless it's like really loud, or if it's something that makes a vibration. So if somebody slams one of the doors in my house, the house shakes. So that might wake me up, but like screaming outside, somebody on the phone outside my door, probably not going to do it for me. I will stay asleep. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be awake at all times of night, because I live with chronic pain, but at least that's one less thing to wake me up. There's nothing that I really hate about being deaf, but there are plenty of things that I love. The dislikes are more pet peeves and disadvantages I have personally for being deaf, but that doesn't make me dislike being deaf. I love being deaf for the reasons I've just talked about. It's given me language, it's given me friendships, and it's given me community. What's not to love? So don't forget to love this video. Drop a comment down below with the things you love about being deaf, or if anything on my list of things that I love about my deafness surprises you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month. See ya! Quick update, can't remember if I said, I talked about my I Love Cats hat and people saying, do you love cats? And then I said, with my deaf identity hat, will people now ask me if I'm deaf? So I'm in a shop and Karen at the till looking at me with my deaf identity on my hat, my sign language jumper, my sunflower lanyard with at least one badge saying I'm deaf, and my coat with at least 2 badges saying some variation of I'm deaf, and says, you're not really deaf, are you? And then when I say yes, she says, oh, I know sign language, and proceeds to fingerspell her own name wrong, and then told me that Stephen Hawking would be proud. What does that mean?